All right, so right now what we're going to do is 2-point perspective boxes, which is like the 1-point perspective boxes that we did earlier, but this is going to be 2 points, okay? So 2-point perspective. 2-point versus 1-point really has to do with your point of view, where you are in relation to the objects, okay? So this line I just drew, this is still called the eye level. Still called the horizon line, okay? But instead of having a point here, we're going to put points on the ends. One here, one here. Hence the name 2-point perspective. We're going to make boxes again, but unlike last time where we started with a shape, this time we're going to start with an edge. So we're going to do a corner of the box. That's how we're going to start. So we're going to draw a line here. This line is parallel to the sides of the paper, okay? And we are then going to draw from the top and bottom of that line to the vanishing points on both sides. By the way, this is called the right vanishing point, and this is called the left vanishing point. You'll hear me referring to that. So here we are drawing our line. So we have our 2 lines there. So those are going to be our front 2 surfaces. Then we're going to draw this point up. This is going to be the side of the box, and this is parallel to our side we drew, which was parallel to sides of the paper. And then to the vanishing point. And then we're going to define the back of the box. We're going to come straight up here, parallel to the sides of the paper. And then from that point to the right vanishing point. So now you can see top 2 sides. And I'm going to lighten these guidelines. Tried to make them light to begin with, but it's probably helpful that you see where they're coming from. I don't need to see the guidelines on your drawings. When you do this, I'll know if they're going to the vanishing points or not. Okay, so there you see a box in 2-point perspective. Now remember, when we were doing 1-point perspective, we had 3 kinds of lines. We had verticals, we had horizontals, then we had angles to the vanishing point. So looking at this, you can see we have, yes, angles to the vanishing point. We have verticals, but we don't have any horizontals. You won't have horizontals in a 2-point unless something is right on the eye level, okay? So most of the time it's just going to be verticals and angles. So 2-point perspective drawing, you just need to remember 2 kinds of lines. Vertical lines, angles to the vanishing point. All right, I'm going to put edges here. And here and here, and you're going to turn those into boxes. In fact, I'm going to put one over in the middle. Just make sure I'm parallel. There. Put one here. And put a long one here. Okay, So we're going to turn those into boxes, right? I'll give you a second to see if you can figure out how to do that yourself. So pause the video and see if you can do it without me showing you, okay? You have to remember that you're using these edges, these vanishing points, all right? And see if you can make those into boxes, okay? Okay. All right, now I'm going to make them boxes. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to go to the vanishing point from here. I'm going to make an oddly shaped box for this one, and you'll see why in a minute. So it's going to be, you know, very long this way and very shallow this way. And if you actually did what I said and you tried to do it on your own, then the depth of your box might be different than mine, and that is fine. The thing you need to remember about this, and where students get messed up, is they try to make something, they think about making something that looks like what I'm making without really understanding why it looks that way. So of course they don't really make something that is correct. They have to know why they're putting the lines where they're putting them. Now if you see this line, it looks almost like a horizontal line, but it isn't. It goes to the vanishing point. You can see how it's going to the vanishing point there, okay? Okay, so two sides. Vertical, parallel to the sides of the paper. Okay, so two sides there. Then from this point to the right vanishing point, this point to the left vanishing point. So there, I have a box. A box that's floating in space. If this is the horizon line, that means this is the surface plane. That means this thing is in the sky. And then our tall box. And the box I just drew will be overlapping this one. And that helps to give an illusion of space when you've got objects overlapping other objects. So we're not going to see where this meets the angle. Okay, so there we have a box there. And I'm going to erase the eye level because it's being covered up by the box. All right, so just like last time, what we are going to do is we're going to open up the surfaces of the boxes so that you can see inside the box. So for this box, we're going to open up this surface. This box will open up this surface for this one, this surface for this one. So we'll pause the video again, see if you can figure that out without me showing you, and then I'm going to show you, okay? Okay, so this box. I'm going to start off with this corner to the vanishing point. Now, actually, I should probably draw that all the way. It would stop where the roof meets. Now, I think I'm going to see a little bit of the back of this box, but now I'm looking at it, I'm not so sure. So how do I know? Well, I would make a line from this corner to the right vanishing point, and if it crosses this line in this space, then that means I'm going to see the back of it. And it does, just a tiny, tiny bit. Then it's going to be straight up from this. So you can see there's a little bit of the back surface showing right there, the inside of the box, the back surface. I should have made this shallower like I did for this one, and you would have seen more of that, okay? But that is the floor, inside wall, outside wall, roof, and then tiny, tiny, tiny little back wall there. Okay, this one you're going to see more of the surface. So for here, I'm going to go from this corner to the right vanishing point. And again, this is probably going to look close to a horizontal line, right? But it isn't. It's going to the vanishing point. And then from this corner to the left vanishing point, so I don't need to draw that there. And you can see where it crosses that line. Then I'm going to do a vertical straight down. So now I have outside wall, inside wall, back wall, ceiling. This one, we're going to go straight up from this point. So this is a vertical. And then from this corner to the left vanishing point. And from this corner to the right vanishing point. Because edges always correspond to corners. And there you can see we have two outside walls, two inside walls, ceiling, okay? And on this one, we'll open up this surface, see what that looks like. So starting off at the corner here, this one angling upward because it's below the eye level. Oh, there's that corner that I need. Why did I open up that surface? So I'm going to need the corner here, so I'm going to draw lightly to see where that corner would be. Okay, so that corner there to the vanishing point. And then where this crosses, that angle straight up. And then this should line up with the back corner and that point there. And if it doesn't quite, just make sure that this point is the one that you show. All right, on that, I can erase now. I just needed it to figure out where that line was. So you have to always know where the corners are to make your angles. So there we have 4 open boxes. Now what you're going to need to do, in addition to these 4 open boxes, you are going to have to make 18 open, upright, I didn't specify that in the other video, boxes. So upright means that you can't angle your boxes. These lines have got to be vertical. It's in theory possible to make a box sitting on its corner, right? Don't want you to do that. 18 open upright boxes, variety of shapes as far as if they're rectangular. So L-shaped boxes are okay, but try to get complicated with boxes inside of boxes, boxes connected by boards, that kind of thing. Try to come up with a really interesting arrangement of space. And if it's really interesting, then maybe you'll get some extra credit. And what else? So 18, so you have 4 now, so you just need to draw 14 more, okay? All right, so that's it for 2-point perspective boxes.